Hey, it's Natasha.
And it's Special K.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning in to our 20th episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesdays, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and, of course, with you. We talk about everything and anything that's important to us, to you, and the world. And nothing is off the table. So in this episode, we are talking all about success. And before we get there, we have a couple of ground rules to go over. First and foremost, have you subscribed to WokeNFree on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, our YouTube channel, SoundCloud, and our iHeart radio station? If not, go so and do so immediately. Second, have you shared our episode with a friend or family? After you listen in and you have a good old time, don't keep us as your dirty little secret. Go on and share and spread the love. We'd greatly appreciate it. And then thirdly, have you spoken to us on Facebook, on Instagram, or Twitter at WokeNFree? If not, I expect to hear from you soon.
As you hopefully know, each week we like to share a little bit about us before we dive into the topic for the episode. Last week we shared our favorite ways to wake up in the morning. This week we are sharing our favorite smoothie mix-ins.
Are you joking, Khalil?
So
oh my gosh.
You could start this one off, lady.
I don't even understand. Okay, so shout out to Retro Fitness Islandia. I like to get, and this is actually a recommendation from the model Nina. I'll shout you out in our episode, love. So I like to do a pina colada protein mix that has 20 grams vanilla protein, and I like to add a banana in it. So that's my frickin' mix-in.
Oh, okay. So you going for a specific branded smoothie.
Yes.
So I go for the unbranded smoothie, which would have cookies and vanilla cream in it. But it's not the healthiest, though, so I don't actually get that a lot.
Thus, not your favorite.
Something can be your favorite, even though you don't get it a lot. So that's the lesson learned here.
Wonderful. Now that we've done that wonderful exercise, I think it's time.
Very wonderful.
I think it's time to get to the topic. So, first and foremost, what is success, Khalil?
I think it comes down to, one, accomplishing a set goal or task. In society, there's a certain picture painted of what a successful person has accomplished. It usually involves obtaining a certain amount of wealth and material items while living a particular type of lifestyle. So that's what I think people think of when they think of success.
So you said all you money grubby kind of people who got big cars and big Benjamins, that's success. Okay. I agree. I think that society definitely makes us all think about the equation success equals money, but I don't think that that's the full equation. So 2 sources to kind of throw out there. First, on TED.com, they define success as feeling that tingle of excitement about what you do, sticking with what matters through hard times, living a life you can feel proud in retrospect. These talks that they offer about success essentially speak to that. But then also what I thought was interesting is Huffington Post co-founder Arianna Huffington says that money and power aren't enough. And that this is in a Business Insider article. Both sources you can find on WokeNFree.com. And she goes on to share on this in the article, to live the lives we truly want and deserve, and not just the lives we settle for, we need a third metric. She told Forbes' Dan Schwabel, a third measure of success that goes beyond the 2 metrics of money and power and consists of 4 pillars: well-being, wisdom, wonder, and giving. Together, those factors help you take care of your psychological life and truly be successful, or as the title of her 2014 book, Thrive, suggests. Personally, what are my thoughts? I think that we live in a world where money is the name of the game. So absolutely, I think it's a part of the equation. But I do agree with Arianna Huffington that the metrics have to be expanded. And I think for me, it comes down to success equals being happy with what you do, happy with who you love, happy with where you live, and happy with why you're here, and living that each and every day. So that would be my definition.
It comes down to happiness then.
I think so.
Not on how people perceive your lifestyle.
No, because I think that people can perceive you any way they want, and you can't control that perception, but you do control what you think, what you say, what you do. And I think that who are you living for? I was just at a talk earlier today. Who are you living for? Are you living your life for yourself, or are you living your life for others? If other people's definition of success is not congruent with your own, why is that relevant to you? Who are you living for, right? So I think that happiness is a big part of it, because if you're not happy, then what are you doing?
How do you become successful then?
Ooh, Obi-Wan tells it this way. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, wow. Jedi time.
Yes. To be successful, you have to be a Jedi.
All right, that's pretty easy.
Word.
Not too much work involved there.
Word. I'm levitating as we speak, guys. It's amazing.
Too bad you don't have Yoda to help you out, but
you can't have everything, right?
Yeah.
So no, first and foremost, to be successful equation, listen to WokeNFree every week. JK, no, but really.
Whoa. Okay.
Maybe, yeah. Right. Again, happiness with what you do. So to be successful, if you are currently living that in your career, in your job, then kudos to you. You're one of the very few people who can attribute that phrase to their life, right? And say that. If you're not, then you would want to read more, listen to podcasts, network, and further your education, life lessons, as well as other types of knowledge that you need to get to the point where you're happy with what you're doing. Secondly, I want to be successful. So are you spending time with people you love, people you choose strategically to have in your life? If not, are you putting in the work to do so? That would be another measure of things that you would have to do to get successful. Another one is, where do you live? Are you happy with what you live, where you live? Are you happy with your surroundings? Otherwise, upgrade, or figure out if you have to move. Again, take the measures to do what you need to do, and then finding purpose and actively defining that. Only you can decide what you want to do in this life and who you want to be. So I think that to be successful, you have to be willing to work hard and be very honest with yourself, and go on a journey to figure out each segment of your life that needs attribution. But what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with your last point about being happy with your life and being alive. Mm-hmm. I think the first step is to figure out what you want out of life. Mm-hmm. Once you know that, you can work out achieving set goals for yourself. Mm-hmm. You can achieve these goals by educating yourself. I'd say you would start your research with the internet, but try to get some ebooks as well to kind of further your knowledge. There's probably somebody out there that's done something similar to what you'd like to do, so I'd say, go find out how they did it and read up on it. See, maybe you can take some of those same steps and make it easier to kind of achieve your goals, which can then equal happiness, which then gives you that successfulness that you might be looking for.
Absolutely. Okay, so what is not success?
So, not success. I think it comes down to people that complaining about life being unfair, blaming others for your failures, coming up with thousands of excuses of why you can't do something, or going around telling everyone how successful you are. These are not habits that a successful person exhibits.
Okay. I like how you condense it. Definitely. I included some thoughts for myself as well. What is not successful? First of all, choosing to be sad. Choosing to be happy or choosing to be sad is what? Both, either of those are choices. So choosing the wrong path for yourself is not a measure of success. Not enjoying your life, it's not a guarantee. So if you're out here living a miserable life by choice, shame on you, and obviously own that that's not successful. Like you mentioned, non-stop complaining. I'm so tired of people who can only see the glass as half empty and refusing to see the beauty of all the possibilities that are out there. Not reflecting on your interactions and situations that you experience in life. Every person, everything, it's a lesson, right?
That is true.
Freaking learn, man. Like over and over and over again. Choosing also not to be a lifelong learner. If you think out here in these streets that you are the smartest person on your block, if you think that you know it all, I have a sad awakening for you. You don't. You probably are not even close to what it takes to really know everything that's necessary for this life. So open up a book.
Unless you're AI. then you already
maybe,
know.
but
then you're
again,
all
somebody inputted that goddamn information. Like,
No, not if you're true AI hiding out somewhere where nobody knows on a super secret computer.
we're going that Matrix way. All right, gotcha. Also, I don't think it's successful if you are like not loving every single day, if you're not really happy about it, if you're choosing to have regrets, also if you're delusional, kind of like what you said,
Yeah.
right? If you're out here like, I have the perfect life, I have everything I want, and you are a miserable troll, shame on you, you delusional person.
The person that does have, I'm not going to say the perfect life, but that is truly successful, they usually don't go around telling everybody about, look how great I am, I'm just perfect. Like, that doesn't happen.
Definitely, and we've seen that. I won't call out some people, but y'all know some people make certain statements in public forums, and it's clear to everyone that they are not okay. And
they're far from perfect. That's why they're like reaching out and telling you how they apparently want to feel. I guess
exactly.
I guess if you verbalize it, then eventually you'll believe it.
You're trying to manifest it, but you have to actually. It's not just about manifestation; it's about taking action, right? You can have as many ideas as you want, but if you won't execute, then where are you left with? Nothing. I don't think your success. If you're not successful, if you're not willing to grow or evolve your skill set, if you're not willing to expand your comfort zone, also appreciating diversity and difference in this world.
Wow, really?
Yes,
this
really.
is a part of success.
Yes,
I don't know.
I think so, because how can you
this
be
is this is morally good, but is this actually
yes? How can you be successful and be a flaming racist or a bigot or a homophobe? Or how can you say that person's successful when they refuse to understand that not everyone looks like you, not everyone makes the same choices? I think a part of success is also having an open mind, right? Because you're having an open mind to opportunity, but also to the world that you live in, and people are different and you have to accept it. But I'm willing to take slack on that. If y'all want to come for me, I would like to hear your thoughts, but you tell me how you're a successful racist or a rapist, or you tell me how that makes any sense.
Well, like a successful bigot, you don't think that's possible?
No.
To hate on other people and be successful?
Nope. No, sorry.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
I think that's bullshit,
right?
Like, to say you're successful, you just happen to kill 1,000 other people. No, I'm sorry.
But does that take away from all the other parts of your life that are going well? It's kind of like you're a secret bigot. You just do that in secret, but everything else.
But are you doing it in secret, or are you going to support businesses that also make it their life mission to make money at the destruction of others, right? Like, it usually your belief system creep into the type of life you live. So I don't know. It's kind of like Christopher Columbus, right? Was he successful?
Yeah, exactly. Some people
ding,
definitely
ding,
think it depends.
Ding,
So,
ding, ding.
yeah, it gets down to like what is success.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
That.
I think morality is a part of it as well.
So if you have to be
a good person,
if you have to be a good person, then yes, you can't be a bigot. But if success does not if that's not shown by like your morals, if your morals have no kind of effect on your successfulness, then it wouldn't be criteria for who's successful.
Listen,
but yeah, I guess it could go.
Everyone's list is different, but for me, as the Virgo, right? Virgos are all about justice and order. And for me, I think it's unjust, the type of hatred and the type of shaming and degradation that certain groups of people face in this world. And I could not, in my moral consciousness, say, this person is successful, they just also happen to be the reason why half the Amazon or the forest is missing, or this group of people are dead, or this group of people have nothing. And I don't see how you can make amends with that. But that's my list. Yeah. And then lastly, just deciding not to be the best version of yourself. You and me talk about this all the time. If you're out here not looking to be the best you, then you're not looking to be successful.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I could agree with that.
Yeah. Now that we've gone to church, let's come back. Now, who are successful people you admire? I'm looking forward to hearing this list.
All right, I kept my list nice and short, and I'm gonna name these people in no particular order. So everybody's ranked the same on this list.
Oh, okay, excellent.
So don't worry if you're mentioned later on in it.
Fabulous.
You may be number one, or you might also at number one. So let's start this list off. Bill Gates first. Everybody knows Bill Gates, the Microsoft
Shout out.
man.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Robert F. Smith. Now, people might not know him. He started off as a chemical engineer, and he is now a successful investor, and he has his own investment company that's worth, I think, billions, and he himself is a billionaire.
Dope.
And he's actually a black investor.
Dope.
So I definitely admire him, and I'd like to find out even more about his story and read a book that he recommended.
Come on over to WokeNFree, Robert. How you doing?
But definitely
Okay.
somebody I look up to, especially being an engineer myself.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk, the famous Tesla man.
Yep.
Everybody knows him.
Absolutely.
He's in the news whenever he can be. He's launching rockets into space.
Word.
He is the man.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Bezos. Now, people might not know him, but he is the CEO of Amazon and a very important person on this planet.
Absolutely.
As you know, Amazon is a huge global company, so they're probably in your radar. If they're not, I don't know where you're at. I'm not sure.
Under a rock, I guess.
Maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say my mom I admire, because that's how I even got this far. Looking up to my mom for inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
She's a great woman. Cory Booker.
Yes.
People know this
Corey,
politician.
you better
He's
come
great.
on WokeNFree. How you doing?
Great politician. I'd want him as my president.
Yeah, listen. Corey, 2020, what's good?
Hey, you never know.
And if it happens, guys, we totally call that. Like,
Yeah.
we have dibs on that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So last but not least, my wife,
Aw.
the multi-talented, doing it all woman of the century.
Y'all know what he wants. Yep. Mm-hmm.
What? This is a kids show. This is for the children. Think of the kids. Can you please?
I am.
Wow. Oh, man.
Okay. Too much, guys.
It's getting hot in here.
As it always does.
Yeah, you're right about that.
For me, my list definitely, like yours, includes a lot of different people. I can't name everyone, but for me, these are some of the people that have been successful and inspirational for making me the person I am. First and foremost, and no particular order like yours, Maya Angelou. I'm heartbroken that I've never got to meet meet her, but
So then you're listing people you admire that aren't even alive then.
yeah,
I didn't-
as well,
okay.
because it's, for me, its success isn't, it's not measured in time, right? It's measured in what you did and then what type of impact you had. But that's how I would approach the question.
I didn't
though.
realize that. All
Yeah.
right.
So Maya Angelou for sure. Also Malcolm X, again, someone I would have done anything to have met. That man was a visionary. He helped form so many people's black identity of humanity. He just was amazing. Obviously, you, my husband, my rock, my soulmate, my everything. Yes.
Thank you.
As I tell everyone, they don't know you, but I'm like, Khalil, like I throw you in there just because, having a strong partner and having you for the past 14 years is a blessing every single day. So absolutely, I admire your success and your abilities and your wild notions that you share on and off the air.
Okay.
You saw how I did that? Gangster.
Maybe.
Yep. And the mom that he was referring to definitely
Interesting.
makes my list. Marcia McNair, the creator of Sisters on Fire, the executive founder and director of Long Island Girl Talk. You are a woman of fierce fire and such an inspiration to women, to girls, to women of color. You just, you lived a life of power and amazement, and you never take the opportunity to revel in just how amazing you are. So love you, and definitely admire you. Next, of course, Oprah. Please come on to WokeNFree.
Everybody's mother.
Yes, Oprah. Good Lord, yes.
She's our TV mother.
I mean,
guess.
listen, Oprah 2020, right? Like, we got it.
Yeah.
We got it, Oprah. Shonda Rhimes, how you doing? Love you. Steve Jobs, right? Yes.
Wow. Okay. I
Mark
see that.
Zuckerberg, Facebook. Yes.
I know you love your social media.
Me and Facebook go back before everybody could be on it. So yes, Mark, how you doing? Suzanne Collins, author of Hunger Games. Khalil knows I watch these movies pretty much every week. Great influence, great storytelling, wonderful themes that you have shared in this book, and it inspires me to be an author. It inspires me to be as a great storyteller like yourself, and really try to strive for that. Of course, J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter, how you doing? Gary Vaynerchuk, hey Gary V, how you doing? Stephanie Meyer, the author of the Twilight series. Don't judge me, and if you are, shame on you, because you know how much a success Twilight promulgated in our society. And also, it's just dope. She combined different ideas in a way that vampires haven't been portrayed before. And, you know, any hateration, like, don't hate on that game, because she did gangster in that. And of course, George Lucas, Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Watch that pretty much every week as well. And then Nicholas Sparks, how are you? I love your books. Oh my God.
See, now I've got to add one more to my list, because your list was the super longest list in the world.
Yes, it was.
It was written on a scroll of 1,000 feet, and I guess you just chopped it off at 200 feet, because you named so many people on there. So I have to add one more list. Okay. I got to add one more to my list.
Okay.
So the author, Robert Kirkman, of the reason is The Walking Dead.
Oh,
he did all
yes.
those graphic novels.
Oh, shout out.
And I love that.
Yes.
I like that he had the series, and he started a whole universe around The Walking Dead, and I wish him all the greatest success for that. Like, he's done really good. He took the zombie genre and he just made it a really big thing.
Absolutely.
Like, he flipped it on its head and showed us a little different side of it, the more serious side. So I definitely like what he's done.
Yes, absolutely.
So I had to mention him now, because you're bringing up authors. I didn't realize.
Well, also, I mean,
authors.
again, the question is who do you think is successful? But then also,
and he's definitely
I don't want to.
successful.
You know what? We should name the creator of Boondocks.
Aaron McGruder, I think it is.
The creator of Boondocks. That series was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, Boondocks is great.
Again,
started off as a comic strip and then went into a television show.
Very amazing.
Definitely
great success. Yeah,
some
absolutely.
good work there.
Absolutely. Okay.
What are common obstacles for people being successful?
Okay, so I would say the biggest thing, right? Common obstacles for being for people who say they can't be successful. That's a trick question, right? Because if you're successful, then there are no obstacles, right? You will overcome them. We all face challenges, but I think successful people are able to see past them and see the lessons and pivot and move when they need to. A recent Forbes article, which you will find on WokeNFree.com, shares these categories that people like to use over and over again as to why they say they can't be successful, and maybe this rings true for you, and be honest with yourself. Age, right? Am I too old to do something? Am I too young to do something? Garbage. What other people think, as you said, right? Oh, well, what about what other people think? And that's all my answers for that. Toxic people. I can't do this because of X. Well, figure out a way to get around X, right? Fear. Oh my God. It's not Jaws. There's no shark coming for you. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. Negativity. Guess what? We're all stumbling through a path of negativity. See the glass half full, not half empty. The past or the future. I can't do this because X was done, or I can't do this because this isn't done. Bullshit. Call a spade a spade. And then also the state of the world. What if I, can't do something because of, say, our current political climate or something like that? Figure it out. That's what successful people do. And also, I would add to this list, that the Forbes list that I personally deal with when I hear with people on this topic is, I don't know how to get started, or I don't want to ask for it. These are all bullshit reasons, and you should just stop right now. It's 2018. Are you tired of the excuses? Are you tired of not living the life you want? Go ahead and make a difference. What would you say is the answer for you, though?
I looked at an entrepreneur article by Daniel Milstein, and he listed 5 obstacles for people, with some of them overlapping the ones that you just shared, actually. So the first one that he listed was time, because a lot of people say, I just don't have the time to be successful.
True.
There's a lack of time. I think everybody has at one point complained about a lack of time in their life.
Even though we all have the same 24 hours, and we have people like some of the people we mentioned and what they're doing with their 24 hours, but somehow other people can't figure out a way to use their 24 hours.
And time is nothing but a human concept. It is an illusion.
It doesn't
and
exist.
It's based on the observer.
Like money. Yes.
Yeah. Another one is lack of focus.
Oh, that's a good one. I've heard that as well, yeah.
Yeah, people can't focus on doing one task and completing it. They procrastinate, I guess.
Or they're multitasking
Too much. Another one is holding back, so not giving your all in terms of effort.
That's a good one. Absolutely.
Attitude. I guess this would come down to, like you were mentioning before, negativity and just
mindset.
Saying, I don't know how to get started, things like that. So that would cover both of those. And then also, as you mentioned, people were just fearful.
Absolutely. There's a fear of failure and there's a fear of success. It's quite interesting what people will rationalize. But, you know, people are difficult and challenging. And it's all about, again, what do you want? What is your intention?
100 years from now, what will success look like?
Okay, I think that's a really interesting question. So it makes me think of like the Jetsons, right? That was that cartoon show where they were like flying. Is that right or no?
Jetsons.
Yeah.
Meet the Jetsons.
Yeah. So what
I messed that song up. Yeah, that was not the song. I was thinking of Flintstones, but I was singing.
Oh yeah,
Jetsons.
You were thinking.
Oh wow, I don't know the Jetsons.
I don't know it, but I am envisioning their faces.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember.
But when you say
Something
that
different.
question of like 100 years from now.
Oh, meet George Jetson. Doon, 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 doon.
Oh gosh, your songs are terrible. Is that how it doesn't sound like that? Stop messing up people. These people have copyrights
Meet Boy
on this.
Elroy. Doon, 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 doon. It did that. That's what it did. You don't
Are
remember?
You shaking
I remember
your head
it. No, I remember
right now,
it.
guys. This
No, I
is
remember.
terrible.
No, I remember the theme song of it. It mentions all the characters.
That
in
didn't
the show.
trigger it.
That didn't trigger it.
No.
And then I know I'll play the YouTube, and you'll be like, I really don't remember that one at all. But you did a great rendition of it, hubby. You're gonna say you did a perfect rendition of it.
Lies and fairy tales he tells. No, but my point being is if you ask what is success in the future from now, specifically 100 or more years from now, I would say it's probably going to be the metric that would be used would not only be money and accomplishments and accolades, but also technology, right? Do you have a flying spaceship? Do you have AI? Do you have robots? Like, I would see that just us like now that we have Alexa and all this other stuff, like, I just feel like that's the direction we would be going in as a society, and that's how people would be focusing on that as opposed to other measures, right? That some of the things that we talked about earlier. But what do you think?
I mean, I think that's still similar to now. That's still on a materialistic kind of level. Like, what items do you own? You have an automated home, so that's successful, I guess. You have a great car.
Gotcha.
Successful. You have this flying car, I guess. Successful. So I think it won't actually change one bit. It's just going to be the technology might change, and then the means that we reach success will change. But it's technically going to be the same thing. It's going to be...
Gotcha.
People are going to judge you on material, because how else do they really know you're successful? They don't know that you're a great person morally and that you're not a bigot. But they see that, wow, you have lots of items. So
you just said we just a hopeless nation.
A hopeless nation.
A hopeless nation.
Marsha
McNair knows this.
Inside joke. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Scenario 1. Your neighbors Jane and Jimbo pull up in their brand new Range Rover. Their kids jump out with tons of shopping bags from clothing stores they'd apparently been shopping at for the whole day. They give you the obligatory wave at you before making their way into the house. You stand there awestruck because you could have sworn that they were driving a Mercedes truck just last week. Are they just enveloped in success since they have what seemingly everyone wants?
You are so shameful, Khalil. You are so shameful. Coming for rich people.
It's Jane and Jimbo. They're right down the block.
Oh my God.
Well, actually, they're probably right next door to you,
Oh
since
my
you can see their
God.
kids waving at you.
So your question is, are they successful? Because
Yeah,
they
would
got
they
a bunch
be
of
co-
shit.
Well, that's what they have. They have lots of stuff. It
No.
looks like.
We
we don't know if they're paying their mortgage, but hey,
Yeah, we don't know if they're paying their mortgage. We don't know if those kids are like,
kids look happy. They got lots of
Yeah,
stuff.
well, everyone looks happy when they're brainwashed. I mean, ignorance is bliss. So I think that there's more questions that would have to be asked. But on the surface, no, I would not just say because you have a bunch of shit, you're successful. No.
Yeah, I think not, since they just swapped out a car they had last week. Maybe they're just doing leases then.
True. Not to come for people who
Not
lease.
to say that's not
Listen,
anything with success,
do
but
you.
I don't know. I wouldn't think that's a good way to gauge people. But this is people definitely see their
Oh,
neighbors doing this,
absolutely.
and they're like, "Look, they've made it." They do that too. They see that
Absolutely.
if they see that expensive luxury car in the driveway, they're like, "Oh, they made it," and they're keeping their kids happy. Oh, that's the perfect American family. Scenario 2: you've been told for years you're a great vocal artist. You even sung in the subway on a dare and made a couple of $100s. Your father keeps telling you to stick to the books, like your cousins, so you can afford a good lifestyle. Your friend, Andres, is into flipping houses and was telling you that you should do it with him as an alternative to a traditional career path. Should you shadow him in the hopes of making mega bucks? Or should you release a video on YouTube of you singing I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly?
Why are you showing your date rate, like your age right now?
Oh, is that too old? Let's see.
Yeah, you should have gone
Pick a
for a
different
trap
pop
song. Operator.
All right, what is it? Bodak Yellow by Cardi B.
Hey, red bloody bottom shoes. Yeah.
Okay, I guess that would be the one.
Yes.
Either or, all right. Either or. You could be singing a trap song or a classic R&B song from Space Jam, classic movie.
I don't know if we should be referring to R. Kelly given the Me Too movement, but
Ooh, that's a burn.
but what I would say is, why is it one or the other? Why can't we just be Jamaican and just do both?
Oh, so he's gonna go get in the flipping houses and start off a new budding singing career?
Yeah, you have
both at the
24
same time?
hours in the day.
And then still hit the books like the father once.
I had 3 jobs at 14. Why the hell can't you?
Wow.
Including going to school. That was not my job. That was a separate situation. So I would say successful people figure out a way to make it work. And I think Gary Vaynerchuk would agree with me. He's always telling us to work, right? So I would say go to school do it all. All right. Because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what's going to pop off. Your R. Kelly rendition might totally suck, but guess what? You could be gangster at flipping houses. Know until you try. So my answer to this scenario is do it all and figure out how you can really maximize your time and be efficient.
Well, which order would you do it in? Would you do it all at the same time, or would you go flip houses first and put all your time and effort into that just to see if you can really do it? Or would you just put in like 30% towards the flipping of houses, 30% towards marketing your music, and then I guess the rest you kind of just figure out. You might study a little bit and how would you do?
Ideally, I would say it would depend on the person. So if this person is good at being able to manage lots of projects, like someone I know, then this person is ready to take it on, and you can do it all. You can go to school, and when you're school is from 8 to 3:30, and when you're done with 3, give yourself an hour break. Then go and do the flipping the house thing from maybe 4 to 7 or 4 to 9, then come home, do your homework, and maybe you're done that day by 11 or 12, and then, maybe start small in the music thing and just start putting out a couple of tracks on social media, maybe start interacting with artists and try to you can always learn multiple things at multiple times. So you don't have to feel compelled to just do one thing, because guess what? If he's flipping the houses and he really is like, damn it, I really want to sing, then he's not going to be focused on that anyway. So, it's all going to depend on what he really wants. What is he pulling, what's pulling him on the inside? And as I was just telling you, just really focus on intuitive living and living a life in accordance to what you want and how you feel. And if this kid is dope, then he's doing it all. And if he has to take his time with things, then figure out what makes sense and give yourself deadlines so that you still achieve everything.
All right. Scenario 3. These identical twins called the dynamic duo are radically different from each other. One is a corporate lawyer who became a partner before he was of the legal drinking age in the United States. The other started a small custom fidget spinner business that has grown into $1 million business. Which twin is the more successful of the two?
I don't think you can be a partner before 21, which you should have known, being that you're married to a lawyer.
Is that a legal thing, or
it's not a legal thing? It would just be because you would have to finish college at 15 or 16.
These are the dynamic
and
duo.
Then and then you go to law school. Again, maybe. Maybe.
This is an incredible group.
But okay, fine.
People.
They're just gangster. Okay.
Yeah.
So which one is more?
Which is the more successful one?
See, again,
I know people would see them at different levels of success.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, we don't know anything about their morality. We don't know anything about how happy they are, what they're getting out of life. But I would say on face value...
We could guess, though, that the fidget spinner twin is having a little bit more fun than the corporate lawyer.
Not necessarily.
Oh, really? The corporate lawyer is enjoying his career path. No. And the fidget spinner, he just hates spinning those fidgets. It's such a tiring thing to do.
You answer the question then, obviously.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'd love to hear your answer.
Fine. I mean, yes, my inclination is to say the fidget spinner guy is gangster. But, you just don't know. You just
Interesting.
Don't know.
So I would say the more successful is the corporate lawyer, because everybody's going to... Imagine just telling people that when you go to a party, hey, I spin these fidgets and I have a business around it. Or then go to the party
you're
again.
Trying to come for fidget spinner people now?
No, who start a business around that, and that's all you do. I think that person's going to be seen as less successful than the corporate lawyer. But traditionally, definitely will be
We're in a
seen.
golden age of entrepreneurship, though. So now, it's
Maybe,
like I said, it depends on what people value.
It can depend on the crowd too. Because
yeah.
I guess if you're around a group of millennials, they're going to say, "Hey,
can I have the fidget spinners?" They're going to be into that.
If you're a stuffy corporate lawyer, they're just going to look at you and be like, "Can you help me with my business plan or something?" Maybe they'll ask you for some assistance.
It depends on the perception and what people. But we are in a golden age of entrepreneurship. Fidget spinners, go ahead and do the damn thing.
Yeah.
So we are at that time again. I don't know about you, but this was both very exhausting and very funny.
Wow.
Because you made me think about those scenarios and you had to make me throw shade when I didn't want to.
Oh no.
I'm kaput. Oy vey. Oh my gosh. It's been a lot.
Dios mío.
So again, let's recap. 20th episode, woohoo, of WokeNFree. Beautiful. And
as always.
And what were we talking about? Success and what it looks like and what it feels like and what is it, what isn't it. And if you missed a part, go back, rewind, listen again, have fun with us, join the conversation. If you feel like we should have talked about something, you know what you need to do. You need to hit us up on our website and Khalil will tell you all about that. But before we get there, will I leave you hanging for our next episode?
On our next episode, we will be discussing relationships. Specifically, are you attracted to drama? Does that make you go wild? If so, make sure you follow us on social media to follow along in the conversation. And make sure you tune in next week for WokeNFree Wednesday to join the conversation at www.WokeNFree.com.
And I just want to say, y'all know what we're talking about. Does certain behaviors make people go wild? We want to hear what you have to say, so definitely hit us up on the website. Now, if you want to be a guest for an upcoming episode, what do you have to do? Go to WokeNFree.com, hit us up on our Contact Us page, and also feel free to hit us up on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at WokeNFree.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do. Share the episode, and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for WokeNFree Wednesdays. Until next time.